And he told the generals that America is under invasion from within. We're under invasion from within. No different than a foreign enemy, but more difficult in any ways because they don't wear uniforms. At least when they're wearing a uniform, you can take them out. I want you to check this moment.
That's what it is. Only in recent decades did politicians somehow come to believe that our job is to police the far reaches of Kenya and Somalia while America is under invasion from within. We're under invasion from within. No different than a foreign enemy, but more difficult in many ways because they don't wear uniforms. At least when they're wearing a uniform, you can take them out. These people don't have uniforms. But we are under invasion from within. We're stopping it very quickly.
Yeah.
Come out to the box, boy.
What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here. And the President of the United States just told all the flag officers, hundreds of them, that they are to be responsible for waging a war on America. It's not a joke. It's not funny. It's dead serious. We said that this might happen during this unprecedented gathering of generals and admirals and flag officers, as they're called. And yeah, he did it. He did it in a roundabout way. He did it 3 hours into the program after playing clown music for 30 minutes and leaving them there scratching their head. But yeah, I want you to watch this in case you think we're lying.
We have breaking news right now. Donald Trump, the president of the United States, has just declared war on American citizens and American cities in a speech to senior Pentagon leaders. Folks, I cannot overstate how important and serious this moment is. Today, Donald Trump addressed Pentagon senior leadership from across the globe in Quantico, Virginia, and his speech highlighted how the real threat, according to him, is within the United States of America.
Following in a great and storied military tradition, from protecting frontier communities to chasing outlaws and bandits in the Wild West, and our history is filled with military heroes who took on all enemies, foreign and domestic. You know that phrase? Very well. That's what the oath says, foreign and domestic. Well, we also have domestic. George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Grover Cleveland, George Bush, and others all used the armed forces to keep domestic order and peace. Many of our leaders used the military to keep peace. Now they like to say, oh, you're not allowed to use the military. And you know what the people say? The people in those cities where they're being raped and shot and beat up, you know what they say? We love the military. You ever see where they interview the people on the street? I've never seen somebody say they don't unless they're radical and paid off, because a lot of these insurrectionists are paid by...
I'm going to show you something. Before this happened, Jessica Denson had a podcast where she invited veterans like myself to talk about what may happen today. And I'm going to just show you what I said there. Number two, one of the greatest parts of my oath is the part in there that said to defend against enemies, foreign and domestic. To me, that's the key. I'm not as well versed as Big Sarge is, Big Brain Big Sarge is, in what happens everywhere else in every other country in the history of military conflicts and organizations. But I know one of the greatest damn things in my oath to this country was that those words, foreign and domestic. As of right now, the domestic, the enemy, within the real domestic enemy are those who are doing things against the Constitution, aside from and actually plundering, ripping down, tearing up everything in that Constitution, according to the rights given, as it pertains to the rights given the citizens. They won't follow the judges. They don't care. The Supreme Court is in his back pocket. They are the domestic enemy. And if you are a soldier out there and you happen by this by accident, what all of these great gentlemen here are saying is, you don't only have to be brave in saying so. You have an oath and you are correct, and you have no choice but to say, I cannot follow illegal orders, and I cannot stand with the domestic enemy. That's your only option as a soldier. It sounds, we're not asking you to go against your oath. We're not asking you to go against your officer. But the truth is, the oath that you took directly states that language in there for this reason. For this reason. All soldiers, all military personnel, National Guard, Reserve, and active duty need to listen. And then I'm going to show you someone else's synopsis of this, because it's very well done by this person. And then we'll come back and we'll discuss periodically about this dire day in American history and how we can fight back. Because that's what the channel's about. Because I knew this was coming. You knew this was coming. Because I've been telling you that. Not just that. Because they wrote it down in Project 2025.
And he told the generals that America is under invasion from within. We're under invasion from within. No different than a foreign enemy, but more difficult in any ways because they don't wear uniforms. At least when they're wearing a uniform, you can take them out. I want you to check this moment.
That's what it is. Only in recent decades did politicians somehow come to believe that our job is to police the far reaches of Kenya and Somalia while America is under invasion from within. We're under invasion from within. No different than a foreign enemy, but more difficult in many ways because they don't wear uniforms. At least when they're wearing a uniform, you can take them out. These people don't have uniforms. But we are under invasion from within. We're stopping it very quickly.
Yeah.
Ones that are run by the radical left Democrats, what they've done to San Francisco, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, they're very unsafe places. And we're going to straighten them out one by one. And this is going to be a major part for some of the people in this room. That's a war, too. It's a war from within. Controlling the physical territory of our border is essential to national security.
I told Pete we should use some of these dangerous cities as training grounds for our military because we're going into Chicago very soon. Watch this moment.
Very important mission. And I told Pete we should use some of these dangerous cities as training grounds for our military, National Guard, but military. Because we're going into Chicago very soon. That's a big city with an incompetent governor. Stupid governor, stupid. They threw him out of his family business. He was so stupid. I know the family. He becomes governor. He's got money. Not money that he made, but he ran for governor, he won, and now he criticizes us all the time. Last week they had 11 people murdered, 44 people shot. The week before that they had 5 people murdered, 28 people shot. Every weekend they lose 5, 6. If they lose 5, they're considering it a great week. They shouldn't lose any.
Trump is actively advocating for the use of the United States military on American soil. He's actively advocating for the use of the United States military against American citizens, against who he believes are, quote, the enemy from within.
Take heed. Take heed. I don't have a lot of jokes on this video. Only information that's pivotal to the survival of this country, maybe your family. Take heed. When you're ready to fight, come find me. He said that American cities should be used as training grounds for the military. So when we ask, what does full force mean, as I did in my last video because of his stupid tweet, now I'm wondering, as a drill sergeant, I know that when I'm training soldiers, I'm talking about how to shoot center mass. I'm talking about how to throw a grenade from a foxhole. I'm talking about how to go through obstacle courses quickly and effectively to be able to destroy your enemy. What type of training for the military are you planning on doing in American cities? This is what you wanted, MAGA. So that's the crux of it, people. You have it there. You have it there in the words of the burgundy cankled one. Yeah, I'm still cracking jokes about him. Unfortunately, he's also the actual president of these once United States. What will you do? I have an email address if you want to do anything. And if you want to get vetted to do more things, hit me up. We also talk about how to do farming because you're going to need it. If anything I've predicted so far has fallen flat, very few things have. So I'd start if I was you. You're also going to have to make choices. You're going to have to make choices. You're going to have to make a choice about where to shop, where to eat, what to stop watching. Make choices about how you're going to police your neighborhood, who you're going to help. If you have a van, what type of services you're going to provide other people, how to get funding from churches who also want to fight back against this maniac when the strike is coming, and for the things that are more inappropriate to talk about on YouTube. Again, email me. That's the news. Oh, and by the way, hey, fuckface who tried to dox one of my hosts, I found you. Name and everything. That video's coming next. I'll let you simmer with that. You toothless moron.
Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind. The kind that moves. But here's the thing. None of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're gonna pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel. You're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, if we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads, it's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works. Follow us on all these things you see here, and our link tree is in the description. Maybe even get some merch.